What's up, guys? This is Green Warrior 291. I'm here with Geek358_2 and with RivenWarlock, and we're at the new location.
Hello.
Yeah. How do you like the new look?
Brilliant. I feel like a brand new man. Really comfortable in this skin.
Fair enough.
Chill, even.
All right.
Illuminate.
Thanks to Ainz Olgon, he lets us be here. Now, let's get started with this episode. Because, my golly, I kind of have a lot more about the ending portion. So, we start off the episode right where it left off, where everyone's surprised.
Everyone, even Ainz himself, to think that he didn't even know himself, and he even assumed that it was the player as well.
He was assuming it was a player, yeah.
It caught him even more off guard, and then the fact that the others were thinking, oh, this was also part of his plan, and he didn't even think that this was his plan.
I don't think Demiurge saw that coming.
I don't even think so, honestly. They're just going along.
Albedo put it together, but I don't think Demiurge saw it coming.
They're just following along, so... And then I'm just like, yep, yes, that's it. That's what we're doing.
Indeed.
If anything, Ainz saw the armor and was like, it is part of Yggdrasil.
Yeah, armor from Yggdrasil.
So, we know that's as much true. And I like how he kind of quickly backtracks on the plan, on the original plan, and just says, let's just go straight for the capital to appease the maid.
Some did get away, at least.
Yeah.
He doesn't forget his promises.
He doesn't. So, that's what makes it awesome. After that, it's after the credits where we get to see another interaction between the princess and the prince. And
he's rusting up.
Honestly, I feel like she definitely knows the plan. There's no doubt that she knows what...
I feel like she was doing it to comfort her brother in his final moments.
I don't even think she even gives a shit about him, really.
She probably doesn't, but some small part of her did that for him, I think. Or it was just strategic planning. Take your pick.
Yeah, maybe she does have a little sympathy, but it's not really, like, easily shown, of course, obviously, over who she really is.
It's interesting that the brother's like, well, if there's a chance for you to escape, take it. And she's like, yeah, I'll do it when the time comes. Moreover, because we all know that she's not really in any danger, so...
Right.
So it's almost like... Well, that's if she doesn't open the box. Which she does, obviously, but I'm saying...
She's going to open that box.
I'm saying, if she doesn't open the box, doesn't that mean that she's... In the theoretical sense that if she doesn't open the box in time, is she dead? Dead then? Like, is she gonna be part of the people who are gonna die?
Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
That's more
this
as an actual
test.
That's more as a question than actually saying like a possibility. More of a what if question, but that's besides the point. We get to see the group again, the one that... I don't remember the group's name. Was it Blue Rose?
Blue Rose.
Blue Rose. I remember...
oh, God.
Ow.
This name right here.
No!
It's gonna be in blue with roses around it.
You literal...
Hey, you forgot it, you gotta put it up.
Oh.
Animation effect. The roses are opening.
No, that's not happening. Anyway, that one's not happening. Anyway, Blue Rose, the group of Blue Rose are there. They meet up with the uncle of this one character.
What's her name?
Give me... You are such devious. What's her name?
What is her name?
I hate you. Anyway.
Lacuse.
Wait, what? Lacuse?
Lacuse, leader of Blue Rose's uncle.
Wait, that's the female or the male? Because
the male. The female.
The female.
The female.
And then the male...
The human being.
Human being.
Hold on. There was something that I did wanted to talk about in regards to this middle section. The people from the Theocracy squad.
Oh, the Black Scripture. We got to see them. Did you notice one of them
looks like Clementine?
Yeah, I think that's Clementine's brother. I'm just assuming things, though.
It's a bit odd that he looks like her. The hairstyle. That's the one thing that got my attention.
When I first saw them, I thought they were the rest of Red Drop, because we haven't seen the rest of Red Drop yet.
Uh-huh.
Fair enough.
But this is way more exciting, to be honest. The Black Scripture are extremely interesting, and I'm wondering which one of them was the Godkin, if any. Because their leader's a Godkin.
Didn't, they mentioned something about one of the characters going rogue?
That's Clementine.
Fair enough.
No surprise.
No, I'm not even surprised. Seeing them basically offering, hey, join us. And one of Blue Rose's...
Blue Rose say no.
Yeah, but it's like, you can't just do that. It has to be as a whole.
Right.
So... you can't just act on your own.
I was a little confused with their logic, but I mean, they all ended up answering the same anyways, so...
someone will probably explain it.
I feel like there were some translation issues there, I'm not sure.
Probably. But I like how the uncle's like, screw off, I'm just gonna do my thing. He feels like a one-off character.
He wants to die. So... there's a part of me that likes him because he seems to be wanting to die with the kingdom, die for his people, is what he implied.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he kind of does give a little bit of that.
He brought his niece here. Yes, he's a scumbag and whatnot, but he brought his niece there to tell her to get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah.
He knew that she was going to fight.
Mm.
But he said, don't bother, just go.
He understands that it's just basically a death sentence.
That's all.
Gotta respect it.
Yeah, gotta respect
Despite
him.
his personality, you gotta respect it.
Yeah, I mean, people like Demiurge, and he has done very evil things than most would want to.
Yeah, compared to Demiurge, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, he's not even as bad.
What do we want to talk about next?
No, what's next is the entire conversation between the prince and Ainz, because the prince, Zanuck, goes to speak with Ainz. Like, he's like, I want to talk to you. And Ainz, obviously Albeto's like, this is pointless. It's like, I like how Ainz sort of kind of tells her to not think like that. So it's kind of punishing her in a very low-tone way.
Well, no, she's
not
just
punished,
like, no, we're not going to do that. It wasn't any sort of punishment. It's just like...
or more, not punishment, but more put her back...
like a verbal, like, nah, that's not a good idea. I mean, he does not punish Albedo.
Albeto's the one character he just won't actually punish.
I mean, there was that one time that she tried to assault him and she got locked in a room for a couple of days, but that was different.
I feel like even then that's not a punishment. And even remember on a previous episode where Ainz is basically explaining to Albedo that whose fault is it of their subordinate thing. And now we just assume he just takes the responsibility because he doesn't want another chair.
Because he just won't punish her.
Not that we hate Albedo, it's just she needs to be punished.
It's just like, that's the reason she's been doing all the stuff behind his back. Because he will not punish her ass.
It is so baffling that he won't do it. But anyway, during the talk, you can see that Zanuck is like pleading to Ainz
to rethink his decision, yeah.
But not only that, but he's being as polite as possible. Hell, even when he had like that outburst, he immediately was like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and Ainz was fine with it. This is something that I like.
He understands.
Yeah, he
understands that human reaction because he was human.
Yeah, that's what
he understands where he's coming from.
That's what Zanuck mentioned, which is pretty interesting because the two for sure ended up they viewed each other. Ainz didn't really view Zanuck as anything, if from what I can see,
Didn't think much of him at first, probably, yeah.
And Zanuck definitely viewed him as a monster, but once they talked, I feel like they definitely had a mutual respect.
There was.
So,
and the fact that those foolish nobles did that, he instantly
before we get to that,
desired
before we get to that, hold on, pause, because I was gonna get to something to this. I feel like, obviously, if those nobles didn't do it, I feel like Ainz would have probably given in and allowed them to surrender for this one.
I think he would. I think he would have shown mercy to Zanuck, maybe, but I don't think he would have.
Well, we don't know, but it's possible because it hit his human side.
I mean, for his quote unquote goal of happiness, that just. I don't know.
Yeah, but they got to chat. I feel like the fact that Zanuck, in my opinion, is probably the only one out of his family, I don't know about the king, I'm not including him in this, that actually was, very respectable, noble, out of the three. Yeah, you can say that the princess is noble and stuff, but let's be real, she pretends to care.
She's fucked up in the brain, yeah.
Exactly. and then
she had a different upbringing, no doubt that would be different, but...
And then the brother that honestly died in season 3, if I recall, he just wanted
he
power.
Asked about that too.
So it's like it's a good callback, but I like it. I feel like Ainz would have probably given it, maybe not immediately, but would have kind of had a thinking about it. Ainz is not one to, if you show respect and enough of an argument, he might actually be generous. But as you were saying, the nobles basically decided to betray Zanuck, which honestly, that moment, like he said it during the whole talk with Rhaenyra that he cannot fight, but because he is basically the leader at this point, he has to be in the front lines. I saw him pull out the sword, and I'm like...
I thought that was so bold of him. I've always respected his character, because despite him being the second brother and having to work in different ways and not being physically strong, he is clearly noble.
He clearly is, though. You're right.
It's not only
I think he cares for his people, anyways.
He does. Like, he genuinely does. Considering that he wanted to just have that noble punished for obviously causing the mess. Like, he was...
And one of the most notable things is the fact that he chose Marquis Raven to work with, and Marquis Raven saw his potential. So that says it all to me, especially with what his objectives were. Yeah,
and then not only that, but also the fact that he definitely was pretty... I mean, he doesn't like the idea of a fight, but it was kind of like a competition. Basically, you meet your competitor. You both are obviously on good terms, similar to how Ainz and the Goblin King were like before they fought. They were like in good terms in the beginning.
I'm sorry, the Goblin King.
Yeah, I messed up. I realized it. Backtrack. Anyway, this stupid word right here. I'm not even bothering. You know what I'm talking about.
The viewers don't.
It'll be in screen.
First of all, he was a war troll.
I hate you all. The troll.
Freaking naughty goblin slayer. You.
Okay, I hate you. Anyway, the troll. When Ainz fought the troll in like the first arc of this season, because we're in the third arc, they were in good terms before the fight. They respected each other and had like a kind of mutual understanding to a degree. This one had a bigger mutual understanding of each other. And even then, he was still like, he's not going to give up without a fight. He knew he was going to lose, but he's still putting up a brave face for him.
His pride as the prince of that kingdom, yeah.
And Ainz could understand that. Like, Ainz is very understanding when given the chance. So, as I said, I feel like Ainz might have been able to, remember the word might, have possibly thought about a surrender for them.
Say it with me. M-I-G-H-T, might.
Might. I don't want to hear that.
I'm just going to be honest, there was no chance in hell. This was a plan that was put out by Demiurge and Albedo, that he doesn't go against them unless there's a specific reason, for the most part. So no, I don't see him giving in on this.
I mean, if at the very least, then he would have given them a merciful death, similar to Zangief.
That's what he agreed to.
He would have given it like the Zangief treatment, which honestly, that kind of shows a lot more respect, especially to Zanuck.
Instead, the nobles chop off his head, and he's just like, yeah, sure, thanks. Where's the armor? Oh, over there. All right. Yeah, I'll spare your families. Allow me to introduce you to my totally not torture companion, Neuronist.
I saw that. I'm like, yep, you guys just set yourselves for death. It is just instant, you're dead.
In the slowest, worst way possible.
It's not even death. That's worse than death.
50 stones for everyone.
Okay, but no, because you could see the moment he saw the bag, I could just see, or well, somewhat feel that Ainz was just completely fuming by this.
Yeah, he was
the moment he was telling Aura just about if they do ask begging for death, don't make it fast, make it very slow. I think he was kind of obvious at that point that he was very infuriated about what happened there.
Oh, yes. Another great episode, by the way.
This one, it's just Ainz. It shows you that Ainz is kind, and then if you just piss him off, he's gonna get you back. Like, he's not someone to mess with.
He absolutely believes in retribution.
Yeah, especially considering that Zanuck, for sure, was not at fault for anything. And he was probably, as I said, the better one of his family. Not including the king, mind you, because we don't know enough. But I might even make a case that he's
Let's
even better.
we know enough about him.
I say he's better than the king. The king kind of...
King's a good man, but can't control his country very well is all.
No, at that point, I feel like any possible empathy or mercy could have had is gone. It's just completely thrown out the damn window.
Interesting.
Because think about it. He probably would have felt guilty killing Zanuck, because he felt guilty killing Zangief. He wasn't happy about it. So he wouldn't have felt good about it. But the moment they killed someone who was respectable and noble, and it was from his own people, mind you, yeah, there's no mercy anymore. It is just... He even told Cocytus and Mari to just go all out. Don't even leave any survivors.
Yep.
So that shows you that, yeah, any possible mercy he could have given them is just thrown out the window. Just done. They're done. They're dead. Nothing they can do will stop the hell that's in the next 3 episodes.
Whatever happens next will be utter madness and power on display.
Especially with Brain and Cocytus.
Let's go, Cocytus!
Honestly, I will say another 10 out of 10. Amazing.
I will eat my popcorn as Cocytus just mauls them down.
No mercy, too. I feel like that was the key word.
Let's not even talk about the fact that Mare will just devastate the actual country.
I mean, they're gonna show a true might of power. And that was the noble's fault. That literally was the noble's fault. So, at least they get to suffer. I mean, not like we condone suffering, but I mean, with them, they damn their own families.
Made yourself suffer, basically.
Think about it, because it's like, okay, I'll spare y'all's families too. They're all getting sent with them. So it's like, at what cost? Like, you did this, but at what cost? Anyway, yep, 10 out of 10 episode. Real amazing. I have nothing more to say to it. It's just an amazing episode.
Let's go, Brain and Cocytus!